Hello and welcome to episode 198 of the Veeam Community Recap. I am Rickatron early 0600, joined by Madalena. How you doing today, Maddie?
Good morning, Rick. Indeed, very early. And good day, everyone. I'm doing great, working on a really good community project right now. I'm not going to give any details on it, but you will find out soon. And how are you, Rick? So early for you, 6 a.m. in there in
Yeah,
Las
yeah,
Vegas.
and I even just started early. It was going to be 6:15, but I'm like, I'm ready. Let's go. So this week we're in Las Vegas. Let's see if I can do this. I'll probably break everything, but here I am in Las Vegas. We're doing the you can't really see anything, and you see me, and that's weird. Okay, anyways, we're in Las Vegas. We're doing our kickoff here, which is we basically bring a lot of the business, namely sales, together to set forth the plan. A lot of tech companies do a kickoff, and if I was explaining it to someone new, it's like just a massive like annual orientation for the plan of what we're going to do. So we're here. I want to say around 2,000 people here. I mean,
Oh,
there's
wow.
over 5,000 employees. It's not even everybody. So we've got,
Yeah.
you were watching online. But it's in 3 hours later time zone. You and I are separated by 10 hours right now. So
Yeah.
I kept the same time, but I got up early, but I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I was actually watching it like it was about 3 hours or maybe longer than that last night. But I saw there were at some point up to 2,000 people online as well. So that's an impressive number, 2,000 people online, 2,000 people in person. That's a huge event. So good to
It
us.
is
Good
a
to me.
it's a massive program. I actually This is my 15th kickoff, and we've done every format possible. We've done all virtual in 21 and 22. We've done uh one big whole corporate, like everybody came, and we've done 3 regional kickoffs. We've done 2. One year we did 5. And I'm like, we've done it all. So
Oh, wow.
it's kind of funny when we keep playing around with the formats, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's cool, and it's a lot of work. I had a little gimmick of a demo that I did yesterday, and then I'm doing some product training tomorrow. So doing
So
some actual work.
busy days, but good days because you get to meet so many people. I saw some familiar faces from APJ, from EMEA as well. So that's pretty good. That's awesome.
Oh
But
yeah, but
talking
a lot
about
of
the
the
community,
yes, I even snagged. I got to see V-Note 42 Wolfgang. He now works
oh,
with us. I got to see Regnor was here. Got to see Sir Michael Paul. Got to see Patricio Cerda, old school Vanguard. I think he MVP now, has MVP status now. I saw Craig Dalrymple.
oh,
So it was kind of cool because I got to, and that's just the ones I saw yesterday that I remember. So I saw a lot of our friends too.
and you still have today and tomorrow. So there you
Indeed,
go.
indeed.
You're going to see more faces. So that's fantastic. Enjoy the event. What can I say? Enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I'll try. And then we got a little surprise next week. We'll just leave it at that. So
Yeah, but let's go straight to the business, which is community content.
yes, and I apologize. I am on. Well, not yet. No, not yet. I'm on one screen, guys. Sorry about that. All right. So first up, Maddie did pick the content here today. We have Sir Pete a lot up first with a very good heads up about the a supported platform. What caught your eye on this one, Maddie?
So, Pete, our amazing colleague and community supporter, informs us about the fact that NetApp has released new OSAN ARI models, aka ASA.R2 storage systems, but those are not going to be supported by Veeam. And in February 2023, if you go back and you remember it, NetApp announced that the ONTAP API interface will be disabled in future versions of ONTAP, and you should plan your migration to the ONTAP REST API. But it seems like they decided to prolong this offering on API since customers requested so, and there is no end of availability date of this point, so we don't know that. But Veeam continues to support on-tap integration with Zappy. And once a GA version is available, it will show up on our Veeam documentation. And actually, Pete shared a link in his post. It's the second link where you should go to see the Veeam documentation. The first link, unfortunately, I think you need some credentials to be able to open it. So maybe Pete, you can help us with that. Maybe you can just put the information that you wanted to share with the large public. Maybe you can just edit a little bit the post and just share it with us in there, because we don't have that information. But overall, thank you for letting us know. It's important news for the ones using this product. So great stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Pete. And it's really good to get a good heads up of supportable platforms. And we're actually going to talk about that here in a second on another thing. But yeah, thank you also for, giving us the heads up on this. So yeah, we do. And if anybody has a NetApp account, or if anybody has a NetApp array, they probably have a NetApp account. So this login here, they will be able to do. I do not. But good stuff, Pete. Thanks for sharing. All right, now we got a kind of a funny special one up next from a guy named Jeff. Now, I've got one kind of interesting, tricky observation to share with this one here, Maddie, but what are your thoughts?
So first of all, I know Eric from Object First worked on this project for a while, and that's fantastic. I remember we had a call with our Veeam 100 group as well, to pick on their brains. And, this is finally live, and it's fantastic news for everyone who's using Object First. Object First sizers, you can basically calculate storage for VM job, as well as calculate backup for Object First, NAS, and so on and so forth. And basically, what I think is always a calculator is an excellent idea. As Jeff says in there, as capacity planning can be challenging when building your data protection environment, it's always good to have a calculator, and having an additional tool to assist you with this is really important. And on this official page, they talk about some of the benefits of using such a tool: optimize resource allocation, gain data growth insights, enjoy smoother deployment and operations. And I'm sure there are other benefits. These are just the ones they are mentioning. So congratulations, Eric. Congratulations, Object First. Thank you, Jeff, for letting us know about it. But yeah, tell us about your takeaway.
Well, you stole mine, Maddie. It's just that the community got it first. But let me come up with something else. So, okay. Jeff, first of all, thank you for sharing this. And I know Chief Product Officer Eric Schott at Object First, who used to work at Veeam, by the way, he was the person who architected from a product management size our first object storage and several ongoing implementations. Truly a brilliant technologist. I love this. This is like super detailed, and you can get very good, kind of forecasting here with the tools. So I love this type of stuff. And you can even get into some of the advanced settings, like changing the block size. This is just wild, right? This is wild cool. So I probably want to play around with this before I talk more about it, but it's linked here. Jeff, I'm going to go ahead and give you a like for that one, but this is really good stuff.
It's really good stuff. And, I'm going to just put this message out there for the community. Guys, if you play with it and you have some number, you do some tests, just post it here, share it with us. Don't be selfish, because it's important for us to see some of the outcomes, and for the whole community to see what this calculator can do. So share it with us, do some posts, do some demos, do something, and share that information.
Yeah, and does it match what you're getting? That's chances are, I bet it'll be pretty good. So good stuff. All right, thank you, Jeff. All right, next up, we had a question with a really good discussion here. So HS08, I think that's the first time I've called that name on the recap. It's doing
Yep.
a BMR to ESXi, which is, a nice conversion here from the agent to a virtual machine. But what caught your eye on this one, Maddie?
First of all, we haven't brought like a discussion board in a while, and we said we're going to do it more often. That's what I remember. And we said it live in the recap. But I still think, it's a good practice to do so. So we should do it a bit more often because that's important, equally important with the blogs and the podcast and the rest of the content. But yeah, we have a question from Handian. I checked his name. He's from Indonesia. First time when we mentioned him in the recap. So congrats for being mentioned. So he has a question on the Veeam agent restore. The situation is this. He's trying to restore the bare metal server using Veeam recovery media to VMware SC, and he gets the message OS disk in backup user NBR disk. He checks on the created VM using FE and then change from FE to BIOS, and he gets a different message, OS disk in backup use GPT disk. And his question in here is why with the same backup file, the warning message is different. Now, in this case, if you go over the whole discussion in there, you will find out that Handian is using the free version Veeam Agent Restore. Shane is advising him to go open a support case, but we know that support is already kind of having so many cases that are from paid licenses. So with the free versions, it's usually going to take time to get an answer. And that is discretionary on the support team. And in this case, honestly, I do believe that what Handian did to come to the community and, ask the question, it's your best shot, not necessarily to actually get a precise answer, but at least you get some ideas and you get to pick up on some, experts if you think about brain, and it could help you to find your solution yourself, because in this case I believe he found himself the solution. And I really love that our community members are trying to help him find the right answer and comes up with so many ideas. And it really proves my point that the community hub sometimes is the best place to go for an answer. Now, I'm not going to say, I do believe that you should still, do the test in a test environment, and you shouldn't apply all these ideas in a production environment. That would be my number one thing when you come to the community hub and ask for opinions. But overall, I think this is a good practice, especially if you use a community edition, right? If you use a free edition. So I just want to thank you, all the community members that, are engaging and are trying to help the rest of the community members.
Yeah, so a couple of points. One, the free products, they don't have the same level of support, obviously. And I'll be honest with you that it honestly, the only time that a lot of the free cases get sorted is if some of the automatic routing can do it, right? I just know that the priority obviously goes for the paid accounts. Now, one thing I will say is there are a number of good ideas that were brought up here, and I wonder if Handian came to the Veeam on tour in Indonesia, maybe noticed the community. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Maybe.
But
who knows?
yeah. But one other thing I'll just say here is I love Dynamics idea, but down here, because even with the free edition, BNR can drive a lot of this too. So that's important to note. But again, the agent is taking the backup, but if the backup is in the Veeam BNR repository, you can drive these types of conversions. So, and Handian's doing the right thing. He's going through the drill. He's learning how these things work. And of course, our community is here to help. So thank you all who have engaged here, and Handian, let us know how it goes. All right. Next up is the Vanguard blog Spotlight. And this is a name I've known for a long time and haven't called here for a while, but this one is up by Dave Kawula.
Yeah, I don't think we ever called him in a recap, so this would be a first. So congratulations, Dave, for being in the recap today. That's fantastic. So what I thought this was very interesting topic. In this article, what he's showing us is how to upgrade the Hyper-V cluster running storage spaces direct from Windows Server 2019 to Windows Server 2022 or 2025. And for this purpose, he's using Veeam Backup and Replication to replicate VMs to a temporary host, freeing up cluster nodes for a complete rebuild instead of performing an in-place upgrade. And then he's discussing why Veeam BNR is a great tool for seamless migration, and he mentions some of the advantages like minimal downtime, annual disaster recovery test, streamlined failback, just to mention a few. And further in this article, he's giving us a step-by-step process on this upgrade. And yeah, I think this is really fantastic. Great to to have you in the recap, Dave, and thank you for sharing this great article with us.
Yeah,
Great.
so Dave, hope you're doing great. Rock on, Kawulas. The Kawulas rock. I love this article for a number of reasons, but I really love this because actually this is also applicable to VMware environments, by the way. Avoiding in-place upgrades. Now, number one would obviously only apply to Hyper-V and storage spaces direct, but I have long advocated to organizations that if you have the ability to do a new cluster build and migrate your data in that way, that is very much a very good idea in the sense of you can leave some bad design decisions of the past behind you. You can know that the new platform is working correctly. For example, you have a backup already, and then the replication and failing that over to the new cluster, you have two ways out of the problem. So if the new platform isn't working as expected, but avoiding in-place upgrades, I'm a big fan because if you stay within place upgrades, especially like third or fourth time in, right? Take Server 2019 to Server 22 to Server 25 in Hyper-V world, or VMware 6 to 7 to 8 and things like that. You might even be in a situation where you're actually doing something low level that isn't supported. You might be doing something that definitely isn't optimized. So I really am a fan of this process. I know a lot of people have consolidated this way. I know a lot of people do a similar thing with backup and instant recovery when changing from one platform to another. But this is fantastic. I know, Kawulas, you're probably this probably was a project. You're just sharing some of the takeaways, but the Kawulas rock. Happy to feature this one on the Vanguard blog Spotlight. All right. Well, next up, we are in special department news, and this one is from me. And Maddie picked it up. She saw it and liked it, so thank you for that, Maddie.
Absolutely. I think it's important, Rick. So maybe you can just give us a brief overview of this.
Indeed. This one came in from the Veeam forums. Okay, so I don't want to take credit for this, but I want to pop open this link here, and in V13, we're pre-announcing what will be deprecated and discontinued, and I think that's a really good idea, so that we know what to do now. And honestly, the big one here in Veeam Backup and Replication, a lot of organizations that have upgraded, just speaking of the very previous topic, upgraded again and again and again and again. This one is coming to an end, the reversed incremental mode. And I actually am okay with that because there's so many benefits to the newer format of forward incremental. And then secondly, you have a lot more kind of granular control. And thirdly, people can do bad things with a reversed incremental. They can go really long on the retention and have new problems. But a couple of things will be deprecated here, 1 through 6. One of the other kind of thoughts here that I want to bring up is that there's a section here that will, there it is, discontinued features that will block an upgrade. This, in my opinion, is the most important part. But I think that, just reading through this type of stuff now gives you the opportunity to do any upgrades or reconfiguration of underlying components to get to where you need to be. So I'm really happy that GhostDev put that out. I got to see Anton yesterday, probably see him again today as well. And hat tip to Shane, who was engaging on the forums as well with this one already. See what a couple other people have said already. This is kind of smart right here. Upgrade will be blocked instead of upgrade would progress and then break something. That's actually kind of funny. I'm going to give you a like for that. But no, just getting this in front of everyone now. Good stuff.
Yep, fantastic. Thank you for sharing, Rick.
No worries. Like I said, just kind of relaying. I mean, there's a lot of information on a lot of different Veeam platforms, and I'm not in the business of reposting straight for straight, but what I do think is worth it is getting both audiences this important information. Next up is we have a patch here for Veeam backup for Microsoft Azure KB 4709. Just want to bring this up to everyone. Now, if you have Veeam backup for Azure, you can use the updater built into the product, and then also if you're using it under management by Veeam, you can check in here. Okay. Now, the important thing is that there's a patch, which is good. But the other thing I want to highlight is, where did this come from? Well, we found it internally and we patched it. So that's good stuff. Just want to bring that to everyone's attention. All right. Now, if you've been to any Veeam web page in the last recent time, you've seen this weird little pop-up kind of showing up everywhere. And the last topic we want to talk about, Madi, let's talk about Veeam On.
Yes, Veeam On is that time of the year. This year actually is going to be earlier than the previous years, much earlier, the end of almost the end of April. So the good news is, if you are planning to attend Veeam On and you haven't purchased your ticket, you can save up to $599 if you buy until January 31st. So I think this is a good deal. So you should definitely go for it. I also made a post to the community hub is up there. We're gonna share it as well in the comments for everyone to have access and to go to purchase their ticket as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm really looking forward for San Diego this year, and we're gonna have a lot of our community members, Veeam 100 there. So I'm excited to see everyone. I'm excited that we're going to have a booth. We're going to have some surprises and some community activities around the event. So really cool. You should be there.
I'm looking forward to it. I want to highlight one new thing that we're going to have, and the workshops. We are going to have 3 different workshops available only with full conference attendees. One is, and this is something, by the way, we piloted at the Veeam 100 Summit the last 2 years. This is for, let's see, there'll be an AI workshop. There will be a cyber resiliency type workshop, and there will be a orchestrator. No, not cyber resiliency. Sorry. The orchestrator workshop, AI workshop, and Veeam Data Cloud Vault workshop. So 3 workshops. And actually, I saw the pre-reg. The orchestrator one, believe it or not, is almost full already. Might have to bubble it. We'll find a way. Going to be in San Diego, beautiful city right there by the water. I think that's the place we're going to be. It's a Marriott property. Yeah, there it is. So really looking forward to this one, Madi.
Me too, Rick. So
all right.
We are inviting all of you. Just be with us in San Diego.
Yeah, yep. And then there is an online experience. They will not be the same. I'm just going to tell it to you now. There is the keynotes would be the same, but they will have different content, and that's intentional. And we need to have a whole nother discussion on that. But anyways,
Well,
Next
as
up
we
is
get closer, we can just talk about it more.
yeah, indeed. Next up is Who's New. Thank you, Sophia, for preparing this. Now we're finally back to a normal number, which is good. Let's see. I see a couple of funny ones here. I like that one. Horizon Maritime. That's cool.
Hack the boss. Hack the boss. See that one? It's
Oh yeah, Hagu the
that's,
boss. Oh,
yeah,
that's a story. Uh, don't ask Google. Ask Ropey. We got a whole bunch of them here. So and
pretty
uh,
good.
Giraffe. And, oh, this is cute. Matt dot like that. That's cool. Crossfender. We got a whole bunch of good names here this week.
Good
Anyway,
creative one. We
I
love it.
love it. I just love seeing what people bring in. By the way,
Yeah.
is that Spanish? Infrastructura backup. I think that's
Estructura backup. I think
Italian.
that's Italian. That's Italian.
Italian. Yeah.
Sounds Italian to me.
So welcome, regardless. All right, coolest usernames this week. These are completely subjective. Null Sum, Crossfender, Horizon Maritime made the cut, and as did Hagu, the boss. So good stuff.
Alfred.
And Alfred's pick, let's see, is Sparrow Hawk. Good stuff. Big welcome, everyone. Let's see if I can do this somewhat seamlessly. Not really, but I try. But it's hard to do it with one screen.
I agree. I've done it a few times. It's not easy.
It's not easy. And as we're using the if anybody caught it, we're using one of those capture tools, which are really good. I feel like the quality is a lot better than we used to record in Teams, which is easy, but this is better.
Easier.
So
Yeah, this is better indeed. Okay.
So big surprise. You want to talk about the surprise for next week, or you want to surprise people?
Well, I'm looking forward to welcome you to Bucharest and the team, Sophia and Nicola and Julia and Kirsten and Karine and Edwin. Everyone is going to be there. So really looking forward to that. So we're going to have a special edition from Bucharest office, most probably. So that's going to be a fun, good week.
Yeah, last 2 years, we had our kind of community operations meeting for the whole year. We would host that in the Ohio office. We got a few of our people there. But we'll balance it out. So this time it's Bucharest, and then we've done it in Prague before, where Nikki's based. So we rotate around. So this year it's Bucharest. So looking forward to it. I haven't been there in 10 years. The year we opened the hub there is when I went last. So and like the office wasn't ready, so I have no idea what to expect when I come in. So I'm excited.
I think it's going to be good. It's going to be good, a good experience with the office. The office looks nice. So
yeah, well, they all do. All the new ones do, except mine. That it was the previous tenants were green, and they're like, well, I'll just leave it like that. It's good enough. So
it's not a bad office. It's good, and it's good that it's also like a lot of offices that are available. This is not happening in Bucharest. That I can tell you. Like a lot of the rooms are most of the time taken because we have sales people, we have marketing people in here. So people are actually using the office. So
well, I'll say it another way, Maddie. Bucharest is the largest hub city in all of Veeam. So I forget, it's well over 1,000 people there. And there is a number. I don't know the exact current number, but it's our largest hub city. So it's for real. So
So
all right, everyone. So we'll have a special episode. I got to put that on the agenda. I didn't put it on the agenda. We'll find time for that. So
we always
all
do.
Right. We try to, at least. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week with a special 199.